Hey everybody, it's April Henry back again, barely. When I first started saying I would do these at 10 a.m. on every weekday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I thought, well, that'll be easy. I am up at 5:45 every morning. I will have plenty of time, but in these new times, things take longer. I'm less organized, so it's harder for me to come in exactly at 10 o'clock. Um, I'm doing these live, but I also post them on my website, aprilhenry.com, and my YouTube channel, which is also called April Henry. And my plan is to keep doing them until I run out of topics. So today's shirt is by Elizabeth and Clark. It's something I used to wear a lot. Hey Karen, when I traveled, I remember travel. We used to like get on planes and go places. Anyway, I traveled a ton. Um, I actually had something like 22 flights scheduled when everything kind of went to hell. So, what I like about this shirt is that it's totally stain repellent. Again, it's one of those ones that you could pour the ketchup on like I did the other day and it would just roll right off. So, um, and it comes in white. I have like probably five of them in white because they kept trying, I think, to make them in different silhouettes so they could keep selling them. But after a while, there's a limit to how many white shirts one needs. The one thing I don't like about it is that it still has the lines from when it was put in the package. I need to kind of work on seeing if I can uniron them. Um, so today I'm going to be talking about scenes and sequels, and tomorrow I'm going to be talking about detecting and how to use charts to improve your mystery writing. So plots are basically made up of scenes, and as a scene is a segment of story action written moment by moment without any summary, and it's presented to the reader as what is happening now. It is not something that goes on inside of a character's head, it's physical. And each scene is told from only one point of view, and you basically need a goal and conflict and something to be changed at the end. Usually things are worse. So, which worse, boy, doesn't that echo for what's everything that's going on right now. So it has to involve the senses. And so you begin the scene as late as possible and end it as early as possible. And if you can, you end it with a cliffhanger, something that makes the reader want to keep reading. So getting there, though, is not half the fun. When you move people from place to place, write about how they get there only if it's critical. So every scene has to have a point, which is often an emotional point. That's the moment where the character finally says what they've been meaning to say, or does what they've been meaning to do, or misses the moment when they ought to say it, not to do it. Um, or do they do something else that will make a difference in the character's uh, relationships? So for each scene, again, the point of view character should have a goal, and there should be conflict. And during the middle of a scene, the point of view character is continually trying to achieve their goal, but runs into obstacles. And finally, at the end of the scene, usually the character suffers a setback. So, and it makes things worse off than before. And there's three kinds of setbacks. One is no, the character wants to do something. They want to buy a pair of hiking boots and they go to the store and they say, no, we don't have any. Or it could be yes, but. So, yes, we have them, but the only pair we have is two sizes too small for you. Or it could be a no, and furthermore. So, not only do we not have hiking boots, but everyone is sold out of them. There aren't any more in the world, and there's no way you're going to get any more. So, um, there's an author who wrote, I think in the 60s, and maybe this is a clue. His name was Dwight V. Swain. So that is not the name of a person who is alive currently. He wrote a book called Techniques of the Selling Author, it's probably written mostly for people who are writing commercial fiction and with a heavy emphasis on mysteries and thrillers, but it's very well written. So, he said that he talked about scenes, and he said one of the reasons that your character has to have a goal is that it makes your character proactive. They're not just passively waiting for something to happen. They are moving forward, trying to get to their goal. And your reader is going to identify with that. Conflict is if your reader sees the point of view character reach their goal without any conflict or any problem, they're going to be bored. So your reader wants to see struggle. And then he talks about the disaster. The winning itself is boring. When a scene ends in victory, your reader feels no reason to turn the page. They want to, if things are going well, they might as well just go to sleep. So make something awful happen. Um, he also talks, and this I don't think is as widespread in use. People use the word scenes all the time. He also talked about there's a different kind of scene called a sequel. And that's when something bad has happened and the character has to react to it. They usually can't react right away. They need to kind of mull it over. So he calls the parts of the sequel reaction, dilemma, and decision. So you have your reaction to being told there aren't any hiking boots. You have this dilemma, like should you buy the ones that are two sizes too small? And then you have to make a decision. So he talks about that scenes are followed by sequels, which are followed by scenes, because that decision leads you naturally to a new scene where the character is trying to get their goal. So you show in the reaction, you show your point of view character reacting to this bad thing that has happened to them. They might need time to regroup. They might, if it's something really bad, like someone just died, they're going to need time to think about that. And then they have a dilemma because what they're facing has no good options, kind of like we're in right now. And so they have to have a real dilemma. It makes the readers worry, which is good. And then you're wondering what can possibly happen next. And then finally, they have to choose among all the available options. And usually it's the least bad choice. So people who never make decisions, who just let it drag on, are boring people. They wait around for somebody else to decide. And nobody wants to read about somebody like that. So make your character decide, make it be the best decision they can make, but make it one that is risky, but might have a chance of winning. And if you do that, your reader is going to have to turn the page. So scenes and sequels, seeing the character has a goal, they try to reach their goal and have obstacles, and then it all falls apart. And in sequels, they have this dilemma, or they have the reaction to it. They have the dilemma of what to do, and then they make a choice, which moves you right back into a new scene. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking about detecting and using charts to improve your writing. And on Friday, which I think is a couple of days away still, the day after tomorrow, I'm going to be doing it. So if there's anything you want to know or want me to touch on Friday, just put it here in the comments and I will touch on it on Friday or on a later date. So you guys have a great day. See ya.